Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you again to this YouTube channel for Class 12 English. Today we're going to discuss a chapter, Tiger King. The Tiger King by Kalki. The author's name is also Ramaswamy Iyer Krishnamurti, or known as Kalki. He was born on the 9th of September 1899 and lived till 5th December 1950. Died quite early. And Ramaswamy Iyer Krishnamurti was a Tamil writer, journalist, poet, critic, and a wonderful person. He was an Indian independent activist also, and he's written so much wonderful. It is wonderful, illustrated career. Now, this is a story about. Basically a satire on the rich and powerful kings of old times. In order to prove the prophecies of a fortune teller wrong, the king of Prathivandapuram mindlessly kills 99 tigers, but the 100th one, the cause of king's death, escapes his bullet. Ultimately, the king is killed by an inanimate tiger made up of wood. The prophecy turns to be true despite the king's efforts to prove it wrong. Quite ironic in the end. We will go through this humorous tale of the king of Prathabandapuram, how he tries to defy all odds, all the people, and tries to kill those 100 tigers because one of the astrologers had predicted his death by the 100th Tiger King. Hope you've understood the video. So what is this story all about? I'll tell you in brief. It is about the Tiger King. It's a satire on the pride and stubbornness of those in power. The writer takes us to days of autocratic and eccentric kings. These kings lived under the thumb rule of British, hence they fear them. Most of the time, the rulers were not interested in serving the people and working for the welfare of the public. Instead, they spent their time in foolish pursuits. They flouted all laws, didn't mean anything without laws, that is, bent them to suit their selfish interests. The Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram tried to belly what was written in his fate. The chief astrologer had predicted that the cause of his death would be tiger. The king tried to do his best to belly the prediction. His campaign of tiger hunting was very successful. All his strategies and wise plans worked till he killed 99 tigers. But the 100th tiger eluded him till his death. The irony of fate brings. So that's quite ironical that he could not kill, but the 100th tiger eluded him. The irony of the fate brings quite an unexpected end of the Maharaja. The hero who killed 99 tigers couldn't kill the only one that was left. The last tiger he thought to be dead couldn't be killed, in fact, survived. The king's bullet had missed its mark. Ironically, the 100th tiger which caused his death was not a ferocious beast of blood and flesh, it was a wooden tiger. One of the slivers of wood pierced his right hand and caused infection and a sore, which ultimately led to his death. That's quite a story. Let's read it and understand the basic facts of the story. What is the general attitude of human beings towards wild animals has been explained here. The Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram is the hero of the story. The Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram is the hero of the story. He may be identified as His Highness Jimedar General Khaledar Major Satyavagara Samahari Maharaja Viswa Bhuvana Samrat Shri Jilani Jung Bahadur MAD ACTC CRCK by the name, often shortened to the Tiger King. This was all name basically of this wonderful person. Fine, hence he was called a Tiger King. I have come forward to tell you why he came to be known as Tiger King. I have no intention of pretending to advance only to end in a strategic withdrawal. Even the threat of a Stuka bomber will not throw me off track. The Stuka if it likes, can beat a hasty retreat from my story. So, pretending means behaving so as to appear as something is not there. Strategic is calculated, and Stuka bomber is a German bomber aircraft which was used in the Second World War. What does the author mean by this paragraph? The writer tells us that he would let us know why the king was called the Tiger King. He further promises the reader that he will not go back to his promise even if he is under the threat of an attack by Stuka bomber aircraft. Instead, he says that Stuka bomber aircraft can go back because he's not scared of it, and he will tell the reader why the king was called Tiger King. Just trying to create the story, the atmosphere for the story. The writer is, remember, the writer is Kalki. Now, right at the start, it is imperative to describe a matter of vital importance about the Tiger King. Everyone who reads of him will experience the natural desire to meet a man of his indomitable courage face to face. But there is no chance of its fulfillment. There is no chance of its fulfillment. As Bharat is said to Rama, that is, Bharat told Sri Ram, about Dashrath, his father, the Tiger King has reached that final abode of all living creatures. In other words, he is dead. That means the Tiger King is no longer alive, the Tiger King is dead. Indomitable means undefeatable, which cannot be defeated. Final abode means final residence of everyone, that is the heaven. The writer tells us, before elaborating about the Tiger King, one more important thing about him was that any person who read about the Tiger King would be very excited to meet a man of such undefeatable courage. But he says that there is no chance of meeting such a man because he is dead. He is already in the heaven. The manner of the death is a matter of extraordinary interest. It can be revealed only at the end of the tale. The most fantastic aspect of this demise was that as soon as he was born, astrologers had foretold that one day Tiger King would actually have to die. The matter of death of this Tiger King was quite an extraordinary event. It was not normal event. It was quite an extraordinary event. Demise means death, and foretold means predicted, being told before. So the manner on which the Tiger King died was very interesting. The writer could tell us about it only at the end of the story, but he adds that very interesting fact about the Tiger King's death was that when the tiger was born, in fact, that when the Tiger King was born, astrologers had predicted at that time that one day the Tiger King would die. The prediction is meaningless because, as a matter of fact, everyone has to die one day. The child will grow up to become a warrior of warriors, hero of heroes, champion of champions, but they bit their lips and swallowed hard. When compelled to continue, the astrologers came out with it. When compelled to continue, the astrologer came out with it. Means he told what he told. This is a secret which should not be revealed at all, and yet we are forced to speak out. The child born under this star will one day have to meet its death. He was forced to say, and what an astrological masterpiece he uttered, isn't it? That he will be dying one day, my God. Meaningless, because everybody has to die. And the writer is predicting something which everybody knows, of course, that everyone who's born has to die. But remember, the death of this Tiger King is definitely extraordinary. His life is going to be extraordinary. Whatever he is doing is extraordinary. So don't feel this is quite a hyperbole. This story is this exaggerating everything. Everything is exaggerated here. It's a satirical note and quite an irony that we are telling this story to you. Understand this very carefully. At that very moment, a great miracle took place. There, as an astonishing phrase emerged from the lips of 10-day-old Jalani Jung Jung Bahadur, O wise prophet. What happened? A little boy, 10 days old, spoke. 10 days old boy spoke. What he spoke? Oh, wise prophets! Everyone stood transfixed in stupefaction. Now, what has happened? A 10-year-old boy speaking is a, is a case of immense, extraordinary, uh, you can say, attributes that one boy who's just barely 10 years old is speaking. Oh, wise prophets! You prophets, you don't know anything. When everybody's transfixed. Oh my God, what happened? They looked wildly at each other and blinked. Oh, wise prophets, it was I who spoke. The child speaks again. This time there were no grounds for doubt. It was the infant born just 10 days ago who had enunciated the words so clearly. So this is the infant, the little boy who is speaking. He is speaking. 10 days old boy is speaking so clearly. The chief astrologer took off his spectacles and gazed intently at the baby. Oh my God, this little boy is speaking. All those who are born one day will have to die. We don't need your predictions to know that there would be some sense in it if you tell us the manner of the death. The royal infant uttered these words in his little squeaky voice. Transfixed. Cause some motionless with horror when you are motionless with horror, fine. When you are in shock, and enunciated means saying something, pronouncing something. The astrologers were quite taken aback when the child speaks and tells, fine, it's fine if everybody has to die. How I'm going to die, if you can tell that, it's going to be. The chief astrologer took off his spectacles and wanted to see. The chief astrologer placed his finger on his nose in wonder. The baby, barely 10 days old, opens his lips in speech. Not only that, it also raises intelligent questions, incredible, rather like the bulletins issued by the War Office. Back. The chief astrologer took his finger off the nose and fixed his eyes upon the little prince. The prince was born in the hour of the bull, and the bull and the tiger are enemies. Therefore, the death comes from the tiger. He explained. Death comes from the tiger. Who explained? The chief astrologer explained. What has happened? The chief astrologer was amazed to see a 10-year-old baby speaking his intelligent questions. It was unbelievable for him, like to listen. It was like the news which came from the war. Fine, absolutely true. He took off the finger from the nose and took a careful look at the prince, saw his paraphernalia, and came out that the tiger would die. The prince, the king, would die due to a tiger. You may think that Crown Prince Jung Bahadur was thrown into a quake when he heard the word tiger. That was exactly what did not happen. As soon as he heard it pronounced, the Crown Prince gave a deep growl. Terrifying words emerged from his lips. Let tigers beware. The person who listens or hears that tiger is going to kill me is definitely going to be trouble. But the little 10-year-old says, tigers, beware. I'm coming for you. This account is only a rumor rife in Pratibandhapuram, but with hindsight we may conclude it was based on some. So it is just a rumor in Pratibandhapuram. Say that it is definitely having some. What is the meaning? Rumor, a currently circulating story, which is uncertain, not clear. Rife is widespread, prevalent. Hindsight is understand an event or a situation only after it has happened. So it says this is the story. Now we move on. Second part. The Crown Prince Jung Bahadur grew taller and stronger day by day. No other miracle marked his childhood days apart from the event already described. So no other miracle took place other than what happened when he was 10 days old. He spoke to the astrologer. Nothing else happened. Everything remained quite normal. The boy drank the milk of an English cow, since he was a prince, of course, was brought up by an English nanny, tutored in English by an Englishman, saw nothing but English films, exactly as the crown princes of all other Indian states did. When he came of age at 20, the state, which had been with the court of wards until then, came into his. Now, when he was 20, he got the state right into his hands. Because before he was young, so the kingdom was foreseen by his courtiers, and now the kingdom is right into his hands. Everything remained good, and as a prince, he got tutored by an English teacher from that is English teacher, not the teacher of English. There's a difference. When you say English teacher, the teacher from England, and we say teacher of English, like I am there, teacher who teaches English. There's a difference. And he was given the milk of an English cow and brought up like an English style because we were under the British, saw English films, and did very, very well in life. But everyone in the kingdom remembered the astrologer's prediction. Many continued to discuss the matter. Slowly it came to Maharaja's ears. What came to Maharaja's ears? The prediction of the astrologer 20 years ago that the king is going to be killed by the tiger. There were innumerable forests in Pratibandhapuram state. They had tigers in them. The Maharaja knew the old saying, you may kill even a cow in self-defense. There could certainly be no objection in killing a tiger in self-defense. The Maharaja started out on a tiger hunt. So the Maharaja thought that there is no problem in killing a tiger because this is going to be in self-defense. So he says, come on, we will be killing the tiger and saving myself from the prediction of Maharaja was thrilled beyond measure when he killed his first tiger. He sent to the state astrologer and showed him the dead beast. What do you say now? He demanded. Your Majesty may kill 99 tigers exactly the same manner, but the astrologer growled. But what? Speak without fear. You may not be careful with the 100th tiger. You must be very, very careful. What if the 100th tiger was also killed? Then I will tear up all my books and on astrology and set fire to them. The astrologer says, if this happens, then I will set fire to all my books on astrology. I shall cut off my tuft, crop my hair short and become an insurance agent. The astrologer finished on an incoherent note. He says, I will cut my tuft and become an insurance agent. That's a collection of hair, some got those hair at the back. And he says, if I am incoherent, unclear, or confused, I'll not be. That's it. He says, fine. You kill 100 tigers, I will become an insurance agent. But this didn't happen. Let's move on. From that day onwards, it was celebration time for all the tigers inhabiting Pratibandhapuram. Why was it celebration time? The state banned tiger hunting by anyone except the Maharaja. Proclamation was issued to the effect that if anyone dared to fling so much as a stone at the tiger, all his wealth and property would be confiscated. Confiscated, taken by the authority. By proclamation, a public or an official announcement was made. If anybody tries to fling even a stone at the tiger, the property will be confiscated, taken away from him. Nobody is allowed to kill a tiger, only the tiger king is. The Maharaja vowed he would attend to all other matters only after killing of the 100th tiger. Initially, the king seemed well set to realize his ambition. Not that he faced no dangers. There were times when the bullet missed its mark, the tiger leapt upon him, and he fought the beast with his bare hands. Each time it was Maharaja. Maharaja was a powerful man. This shows Maharaja was a powerful man. He not only killed the tiger with the bullet, but he also had hand-to-hand combat scene. He killed the tigers. He was a person not only with ambition, with power also. Fine. Now, at another time, it was the danger of losing his throne. This is very interesting. How was he in danger of losing his throne? What happened? A high-ranking British officer visited Pratibandhapuram. He was very fond of hunting tigers and fonder of being photographed with the tigers he had shot. As usual, he wished to hunt tigers in Pratibandhapuram, but the Maharaja was firm in his resolve. He refused the permission. I can organize any hunt. You may go for a boar hunt, you may conduct a mouse hunt. We are ready for a mosquito hunt or tiger hunt. That's impossible. Fine. He was firm, he was determined, resolved his decision. Boar is a pig. He says, you can do whatever, but you cannot kill a tiger. British officer wanted to kill a tiger. In fact, he wanted to be photographed. Maharaja says, no way. The British officer secretary sent word to Maharaja, to the Diwan, that Rai himself did not have to kill the tiger. The Maharaja could do actually the killing. What was important to the Durai was photograph of himself holding the gun and standing over the tiger's carcass, that is, a dead body. But the Maharaja would not agree even to this proposal. Lunch it now. Would he do if another British officer turned up for tiger? He says, fine. If I say yes, what if the other British officers also start coming and says we are going to go for tiger hunt? So no, sorry, sir, you cannot come and hunt tigers in my kingdom. Because he prevented first a British officer from fulfilling his desire, the Maharaja stood in danger of losing his kingdom himself. There you are. The Maharaja and the Diwan held deliberations over the issue. As the result of the telegram was dispatched forward to a famous British company of jewelers in Kolkata, send samples of expensive diamond rings of different designs. Why for? Why you need these beautiful diamond rings? Some 50 rings arrived. The Maharaja sent a whole lot of British officers, good lady, that is the wife. The king and the minister expected the Durai Saini to choose one of those two rings and send the rest back. Within no time, the Durai Saini, that is the wife of a British officer, sent her reply, thank you very much for your gifts. Thank you very much for your gifts. All those wonderful diamond rings gone. In 2 days, a bill of 3 lakh rupees came from the British jewelers. The Maharaja was happy that though he lost 3 lakh of rupees, he had managed to retain his kingdom. Fine. So that is enough. 3 lakh is a huge sum of rupees at that time, but Maharaja was happy to lose that much of wealth from his kingdom just to fulfill his desire. You look at that person, look at the Maharaja, he hardly bothers about public and the money of the kingdom. So that is it. What kind of a Maharaja he could be? The Maharaja's tiger hunts continued to be highly successful. Within 10 years, he was able to kill 70 tigers, and then the unforeseen hurdle brought his mission to a standstill. The tiger population became extinct in the forest of Pratibandhapuram. Who knows whether the tigers practiced birth control or committed harakiri or simply ran away from the state because they decided to be shot by British hands alone? They don't know. Fine. Another hurdle, that's a problem came, and they thought either the tigers became extinct or they practiced harakiri, that is the ritual suicide practiced in Japan. This mass suicide, that no, they're not going to be killed by a king, they will be killed by Britishers only. Just a joke, fine. It's a commendable effort by the writer who is having that satirical note always in the story. One day Maharaja sent for the Diwan. Diwan Sahab, aren't you aware the fact that 30 tigers still remain to be shot down by the gun of mine? He asks, brandishing the gun. So the Raja asks the Diwan, and I need to kill 30 more tigers, and shuddering the sight of the gun, the Diwan cried out, Your Majesty, I'm not the tiger. Please, I'm not the tiger. Don't kill me. Which idiot would call you a tiger? No, I'm not the gun. You are neither a tiger or a gun, Diwan Sahib. I summoned you here for a different purpose. I decided to get married. Diwan began to babble even more. Your Majesty, I have already two wives already. If I marry you, don't ask nonsense. Why should I marry you? What shall I want? A tiger? Your Majesty, please think it over. Your ancestors were married to sword. If you like, marry the gun. A tiger king is more than enough for the state. It doesn't mean you need a tiger queen as well. Divan is thinking that Tiger King wants to say that he wants to marry a tiger. Maharaja gave a loud crack of laughter. I'm not thinking of marrying another tiger or a gun, a girl from the ranks of human beings. So what the Tiger King asked Diwan, in short I'll tell you, he says, I want to marry a girl from a kingdom where there are tigers. And the marriage was arranged. And in the girl's kingdom, there were so many tigers. And what happened? The Tiger King started killing tigers. He went on a tiger killing spree once again. And he was very happy. Whenever he would go to his in-laws' place, he would kill tigers. And everything was fantastic. And we would be paraded back to Pratibandhapuram with wonderful, say, pomp and show. Will have come back killing tigers. But now what happened? The Maharaja's anxiety reached a fever pitch. Everything went good, but one tiger was. 99 tigers were killed. One tiger is still to be killed. He had this thought during the day and same dream at night that he has to kill the 100th tiger. But the 100th tiger was not available. Everywhere the tiger's count was low. There was no tiger. But he had to be extremely careful when he had to kill the last tiger. Now, what had the chief astrologer said? He had said after killing 99 tigers, the Maharaja should be aware of the 100th. True enough, and the 100th tiger is eluding him. The tiger is not available. The Maharaja sunk to gloom. He soon came the happy news which dispelled his gloom that there is a tiger in the hillside village. So now what happened? The Tiger King was very happy. He cancelled the tax of that village. He says there will be no tax in that village if the village is able to provide me the tiger. But what happened? The tiger was not there. Tiger went off, got missing. And he was very, very angry when he did not get the tiger. The tiger was not easily found. It seemed as if he had vanity hid himself in order to flout the Maharaja's will. The Maharaja was equally determined. He refused to leave the forest until tiger was found. As the days passed, Maharaja's fury obstinacy mounted alarmingly. Many officers lost their jobs. One day, when his rage was at height, Maharaja called the Diwan and ordered him to double the land tax, the area where the tiger. The people became discontented. Then our state too will fall a prey to Indian National Congress. They were very quite angry. What is this happening to the king? He is going after tigers, not bothering about us. In the case, you may resign from your post, said the king. The Diwan went home, convinced the Maharaja that if the tiger is not found soon, the problem will be there. Diwan will also lose the job. So Diwan decided something. He went to a zoo, brought an old tiger, placed this as a prey, told the Maharaja that we have got the tiger. He went for the kill, and the Maharaja was very, very happy. He shot the tiger. Tiger succumbed, fell, and the Tiger King thought that yes, I've killed the tiger. But he went to the palace very happily. But what happened? The ministers saw the Tiger King, so the tiger was not dead. The ministers shot the tiger, and technically the Tiger King hadn't shot the hunter. And nobody spoke this to the Tiger King. Everybody kept quiet because had they told, it would have been problem for them. So what happened? After the Maharaja left, the hunters went to take the closer look at the tiger. The tiger looked back at them, rolling their eyes. In bafflement, the men realized that the tiger was not dead. The bullet had missed it. It had fainted from the shock of the bullet whizzing past because tiger was old. Hunters killed the tiger and told, yes, Tiger King has killed it. But what happened later on? Then, as commanded by the king, the dead tiger was taken to the procession to the town and buried. The tomb was erected over it. Big tomb was erected over it. And Tiger King was very happy. Time passed. Astrologer is no longer living. He is dead. And Tiger King is very, very happy. Days passed. His son was celebrating his 3rd birthday. The Tiger King wanted to give him a toy or something. He went to the market. He did not get anything. He got the tiger as a tiger toy as a gift. And one day when he was playing with that tiger toy, a little sliver, a thorn, pricked his hand. And what happened? The tiger king had to be taken to the doctor. The doctor had to, because this tiger was made by an unskilled carpenter. Now, infection spread, and there was a suppurating sore which spread to the arm and became a septic. And the three famous surgeons were brought from Madras. After holding consultation, they decided to operate. The operation took place. The three surgeons who performed came out of the theatre and announced the operation was successful. The Maharaja is dead. This is the manner of 100th tiger took its final revenge upon the tiger king. I've shortened the story just to explain it to you. Hope you've understood it. The tiger king eventually died. Quite an irony, dramatic irony, because the tiger king was so ferocious, so powerful that he killed 99 tigers, few of them with manual, you can say, combats also, had to be killed by a toy, by a little sliver or a thorn which pricked his hand. And this story talks about hyperboles, so many exaggerated things about Tiger King, about his pursuits to kill the tiger, and quite a satire on our own aristocratic people who didn't even think of people; they only thought about themselves and their own, uh, you can say, idiosyncrasies, nothing else. So I hope you've understood the chapter. For any doubts, you can call me, you can get back to me, I can explain this story to you again. Please keep following, and in case there is a problem, please message me. Thank you so much.